Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about the spiritual judgment for karma. Now, remember I told you guys that in order to be able to call judgment on somebody, you it's not just about having a high spiritual ranking. It's about the fact that you can just be a person that dishes out karma to people, just being a pure-hearted person and letting God see the character of the people around you. Now, I just want to say this. Now, karma for stealing someone's work and portraying it as if it's your own. Like that's what I told people is the intent behind it. A lot of times, like, let me give you an example of how I am. On my channel, I'll say things like, oh, I learned this from this or this, or just in general. A lot of times, I besides channel messages, besides giving clarity on things I look up, I'll share different things that people said, and I'll just say it's the intent behind it. But when you get up there and let's just say, for example, you see somebody putting in the work, you see them struggling, you see people messing with their channel, and you sit up there and look at that and you take the opportunity to just repeat what they say, but pass it off as if your own, or just in general, whoever is involved in seeing it, and they just, how can I say this? Because a long time ago, I heard somebody say something about somebody is pretending like they're you. They want this person to do it. But the point of it is, whoever's doing it's not genuine. That's what I'm saying. When you're getting channel messages, direct messages from the most higher angels, high spiritual beings, when you're getting clarity and giving certain messages, the messages are meant to help people, the public, and the intent of which I'm putting it out, which is why I'm one of the ones receiving. I'm not the only one. Like I said before, I'm just talking about my situation. But the intent is for me to get clarity on certain things and for me to say it so people can get enlightened on other things. And what happens is that you're trying to enlighten and awaken other people because, like I said before, nobody knows the coming of the Most High. No, nobody knows. And you're trying to wake people up so people can turn away from wicked ways. People can understand why this happening and how God thinks all the other stuff. So the point is you're trying to help other people. But you have to think about the mindset of someone just strictly just looking at what you're saying, repeating what you're saying, and only doing it just to sound like they're smart. Because when you do stuff like that, when you take somebody's words and act like they're yours, and it's like you're just the point of it, you're doing it. It's like you're taking spiritual messages in an arrogant type of way just to try to appear smart. You're not doing it to help anybody. So what happens with that is, it's like, and this is just I'm going to say my opinion, and I'm just going to say what I believe the judgment should be. The judgment should be death. Because, like I told you before, it's the intent of which you do it. And I broke that down before. That's like somebody getting really mad. That's why earth angels and empaths have to stay calm, because an earth angel and an empath can really eventually snap when you're dealing with evil people, and just it depends on the extent of what you're dealing with, but they can eventually snap and really hurt somebody and go off, because it's like you're dealing with a bunch of demons, and there's a person that's like, as an angelic soul, it's like you can get enraged when you know people are purposely trying to piss you off, especially when it comes to gang stalkers and stuff. You know they're trying to piss you off. So when you dealing with evil people as an empath or as an earth angel, it's like you see them in a different type of way. No matter the age, no matter the gender, no matter who it is, you see people as you see people's spirit, not just who they are on the outside, as you could say. So the point of it is, how can I say this? Even when you're doing stuff like trying to switch your destiny, whoever they're talking about, trying to switch destinies, or you trying to purposely belittle somebody, in your mind, it's like you see that the person is going through something, you see the character of that person, and in your mind, it's like you just. That's what I'm saying. When people do evil stuff, I think that they try to make it in their mind that they see that person a certain way, and that's why they carry it out. Because there is a way that people can just see somebody just a nice person and they just deliberately want to do something to try to add on torment. But it's like, in your mind, it's like that's a demonic type of mind, and because it's like, I don't think like that. If and I said that before, I don't like bullies. I don't like people that try to act like they better than people. I don't like stuff like that. Even me as a godly person, if you see me kind of like with a snooty type of attitude towards somebody, or kind of, remember I told you about the little Jezebel look, how people look at people kind of funny and stuff. If you see me do that, it's because I know something about somebody that, and that's why I'm looking at them. Like, for example, I did that little nonchalant kind of silly look or whatever the girl over here did. I know, watch my page, and it said the thing about the application over here where she spoke. It's like she spoke, and it's like she's like, "Hi," just like a fake hi, but it's like, I know the truth about you. I know you're full of shit. You had an attitude. It's like, I don't like fake stuff. That's one of the reasons why it'd be hard for me to sit and plot and plan on somebody, or come to somebody in a fake way, because I'm not fake. I'm just real. What you see is what you get. I don't give a flying fuck. Excuse my language. I don't give a care about. And that's how all empaths are. Don't really care about society and the opinion of others and big old groups. And I don't care about that, because the way I live my life is in a way like karma based. You know that whatever you put out, you're going to get back. You know, that's just how the Most High works. It's like He wants to show people that you're not in control. Anybody who had a hand in making an empath or a truth teller or whistleblower's life hard, you have to get karma. It don't matter if you're a judge, you have to get karma. You're gonna get it disbarred and exposed, because it's like, and you have to think about that fact. Whatever you did to try to make somebody's life hard, or even with people on my job, and like I said before, one of the reasons why I didn't work for so long, I don't like, it's hard for me to deal with certain people. I get agitated real quick. I don't like a lot of people around me, which is one of the reasons why being online was a good job for me, because it's like I'm teaching, but I don't really have to be around people. So when that gang stalker started, that irritated me on a whole nother level. Another thing, when I got the thrift store job, that's one of the jobs I felt was good for me, because it's like it's like when I'm at work, I have to deal, unless I'm at the register, I had to deal with people, but it's like I had my own section, so it was kind of free. I don't like, and it's not just I don't like being around people, it's just certain personality types. People kind of just do stuff down here that I just don't understand. Like, for example, it's kind of like, and it might sound corny, but if you're an angel around regular humans, it's like you're not gonna understand them, and they're not gonna understand you. You're looking at them like, why do they do the things they do? They're looking at you like, why does she post? Why does she post so much? Why does she do this? Why she say that? Why she so open? It's like, so it's just a different type of feeling that I have. So if you had a partake in, like I said before, I don't never say all the names of the people involved. It's just, you know who you are. If you had a partake in trying to stop somebody's money, if you had a partake in trying to make somebody homeless, whatever you did, to the point where I had to quit my job because I felt uncomfortable, and I don't give a damn who thinks I'm crazy. God gonna put you in that same position so you can understand. But if you had a partake in it, whatever you had a partake in, it's like you have to pay for that. And this is just my opinion. I believe, and let me just say this: I call judgment on y'all gang stalkers and everybody that had something to do with lying on somebody, with trying to make somebody homeless, with trying to take credit for somebody's work. In my opinion, it should be death, and I just feel like the same. This is why I feel like it should be death, because I don't want to say that that's a harsh judgment or whatever, but what I feel the Most High should get them, because it's kind of like, if you did a death spill on somebody, if you did a spill to try to confuse or scramble somebody's senses, you don't like what they say. If you see somebody, it's like you see somebody drowning and you decide to push their head down instead of trying to, and it's not even about helping, it's just like people should learn how to leave people alone. So in my personal opinion, I just feel like I don't think jail time is enough, because it's like it's the intent that you put out. So people, I feel like God, like the story of Cain and Abel, when I said that Cain killed a good man. Now, remember I told you before, God wasn't protecting Cain after he did that. When he said nobody's supposed to touch you, he wanted Cain to suffer for what he did, so therefore he didn't want nobody to kill him. But it's just like, to me, it's just like people like that, and then the stuff that you're saying that can help other people, it's like they're trying to stop. And then it's like they see you struggling, and especially people that laugh and think this stuff is funny. But when it's done to them, if you're laughing at somebody for struggling and losing their job, but then when it happens to you, you don't think it's funny, then that means you're a demon. That means you have a clear understanding that what you're doing is wrong. And this was saying that to me, I just think that people should get death, sudden death, even homelessness and a loss, scramble of your senses in your mind, closing of your chakra, taking away your spiritual gifts for using them for evil. To me, that's okay. But in my opinion, I just think it should be death, because when people are told over and over and over to stop, it's like you're not just messing up your own life. you're not just doing things and lost and sin in your own life. It's like you keep on inserting yourself into other people's lives, and was given several warnings. So that's what I just think the karma should be done. I don't like people that do stuff and then they act like they didn't do it. I don't like people that lie and then act like they don't know. That's demonic behavior, and I just feel like at this time and age, it's time for there to be like a universal sweep. A lot of people just need to be taken off the grid. To me, jail time isn't good enough either, because and you have to think about this. That's just my opinion. You have to think about it like this. If you've been gang stalking somebody for a year and a half, groups up when certain people can't do it, other people do it. Just watch it. Even if you're watching somebody within their home, it's like you violated somebody and the person you did it to. People didn't violate somebody, did stole from them or they'd hurt them or whatever. They just purposely did it to be ugly, to be nosy, whatever. And just in general, it's like if you watching somebody at home and you watching them inappropriately, that's a violation, because it's like you're violating that person's privacy. So to me, I don't think people should get jail for that, because it's like when you're in jail, you're not learning no lessons, you still did it. And it's like if you get out, you'll do it again because it was in your mindset to do that, especially harm against other people. So this is just my opinion. The punishment should be like a severe death, a death enough to the point where you're suffering, you can't move, you can't get up, and you suffer severely physically before you die. That's just my opinion, because it's like it's the intent and the character of which you did it. So some people think that some judgment is hard. Some people think that, but it's not so hard, because even people that all gathered up and bullied somebody, it's like the character. You didn't just have a bad day, it was rude or misunderstanding or whatever. It's like you purposely saw, especially that's why I get on readers so hard. Not all of them, but some of them. It's like you purposely know the truth and you decided to jump in. And when you saw somebody drowning and try to push your head in, or when you saw somebody struggling, you decided to trip them. Or that's what. And I'm giving examples. That's not exactly what happened about the drowning, but it's like that's what I personally believe, that it should be a sudden harsh death, because people don't freaking listen. And then you got another thing you got to think about is when you get earthly judgment or a sudden death, that's it. You, especially if you didn't repent and God saw your heart. One thing you have to realize is that when you repent to the Most High, you say you're sorry, He sees the intentions. If you really want to change, if you really were sorry, if you're just saying it, or if you're praying just only to get out of a certain situation, but you just ignore God, and you're not a good person the other half of the time. So that's just my opinion. And if I'm not God or nothing like that, remember I told you, earth angels can call judgment on people, empaths can call judgment on people, good people can call judgment on people that hurt them. But in my opinion, it should be death, because people don't know how to stop. People don't know how to give up, especially if you had a hand in trying to make somebody homeless or try to make somebody's life hard, but you knew the character of that person. So that's it. I don't feel like that people who try to slow up somebody's money, or in general, I don't feel like they should have their money slowed up. I mean, at first I think that should happen, but it should be death, because it's the mind and it's the intent of what you did. You have to have an evil heart in order to do something like that. So that's all I have to say about that for now.